Should I grab a slide rule?
And here we are. We're all here.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm here.
Not some of you are muted. Oh, now you're not. Now you are. Now you're not. Okay, we're here. Cool. Thanks for being here. We got Lauren, Daniel, Sara, Casey, and we are. Are you serious? In case you didn't know, now you do. So, good to see you guys all this week. How you been?
Hello.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hello, Tom. I am back from Russia, and things have been great.
All right. Yeah. I hear we've been interfering in their elections.
No, that is not the case.
It's not. Okay. No,
I have been unaffected by my trip.
Great.
The Casey bot is functioning expertly.
The Casey bot.
Oh, it's so great. Sara, so good to see you. I like also Walmart's. Click here for 50% discountings.
Okay.
I think I want a free iPhone. Great.
Yes. Oh, iPhone. iPhone, you phone. We all scream for iPhone.
Oh. Well, we're definitely not going to be rushing through things tonight. No, we're going to take our time.
That was bad.
I got some more dad jokes in here somewhere.
Yeah, that is dad.
Yeah. So let's go around the horn. We'll start as I usually do in our 12 o'clock position. That's Lauren tonight. So Lauren, give us a little intro.
Hey, I'm Lauren. I play with Sick Puppies at Doghouse Theater, and I worked from home before COVID, and so not a whole lot happening.
Okay. Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a Sagittarius. That's about all I really know about myself. Thank you.
Oh, you know at least one more.
Daniel, there's like this really amazing BuzzFeed quiz I can send you that'll give you so much more insight about your personality, like what kind of potato you are. It's really important to know.
What's the most depressed type of potato? Because
Yukon Gold. Shit looks sad.
Okay, I know one more thing about myself now. Thank you, guys.
Real sad little Yukon Gold.
I think Tom froze. So
yeah,
we'll pass the mic to Sara.
He's gone. Oh, hey guys. I'm Sara. I also do improv with Sick Puppies Comedy. I've been spending my days going to my parents' pool.
We're back.
And they're my only friends right now. It's really depressing. So yeah. So shout outs to Hugo and Lori. Hey guys. I know you're out there. I know somewhere. Hi.
Okay, Casey.
My name's Casey. Over the last 100 days, I've been touring the country, playing sold-out houses. Most notably, St. Louis, New York City. New York City, what's up? Madison Square Garden. Oh, you guys were so great. Played there multiple times. I hopped into Jacksonville when your beaches reopened. Who am I? I'm COVID.
Yeah.
Put out.
So, Casey, we're very excited to hear that as COVID, you're going to be hosting the Republican National Convention, apparently.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be inside of all of you people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're never going to make it to the booth.
Yeah. COVID's going to be talking with his inside voice at the Republican National Convention.
Wait till you see my face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're going to forget about COVID for a minute. And
Try.
what?
We're just gonna shelve him for a minute.
No.
Yeah.
So let's explain our game. Here's how we do it. Each of our 4 panelists has shared with me, and only me, a number of factoids or anecdotes about themselves, true stories about themselves from the past, of course. They don't know the future yet. And I'm going to be sharing one for each of these people, but I might instead substitute a lie. And they haven't seen it. They don't know what I'm going to put up on the screen, and they have to convince others that whether it's a lie or the truth, that it's the truth. And whichever team, the red team, that's Daniel and Sarah, or the blue team, that's Lauren and Casey, gets it right more often,
Casey.
that
Really
team
quick.
wins.
Yes.
So, in case you haven't figured that out yet, that's how we do it. And that's why we call ourselves Are You Serious?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Serious?
Okay, so let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
We start with, once again, we start in our 12 o'clock position. That would be Lauren. Are you ready to go, Lauren? You're good, ready to tell us? I'll show you the thing, and here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I once met Al Gore, and he totally dissed me.
Okay. Any cross-examination?
Okay, let's hear the story.
Yeah, so many years ago, I worked in consumer electronics, primarily in audio. So I spent a couple years at Bose, and then I went to Fishman. And when I was at Fishman, the owner thought that it would be a really great thing to be able to get the product in the Apple Store. The only issue is that it was a very, very niche product that really had no similarities with anything else that was in the Apple Store. So he came up with a brilliant idea that if he created this one-off guitar with an Apple logo-shaped sound hole in the guitar and then put the pickup in it and gave it as a special gift to Steve Jobs, he would be so impressed that all of Fishman's products would then be in the Apple Store. So somehow with this insanity, Apple was like, all right, fine, bring this guitar. So we flew to California and we brought this guitar, and we were meeting with the folks at Apple to, make this ridiculous proposal. And it happened to be the day that Steve Jobs stepped down. And we had no idea what was going on. It's just that people were looking really kind of sad and somber. And we didn't know why. And no one was really talking to us. And I'm like, well, I'll feel better if I go to the gift shop. So I go to the gift shop, and Al Gore is standing in front of me at the gift shop where I was buying a T-shirt. And my boss starts poking at me and like, hey, do you see that tall guy in front of you? I'm like, well, yeah, I just see like the back of his head. And he's like, that's Al Gore. I'm like, what the hell's Al Gore doing here? Well, it turns out Al Gore is on the board of Apple. And so the board was having their meeting as part of this whole Steve Jobs, resigning thing. And
of course, Al Gore is on the board. He invented the internet, Lauren.
Right.
He would be there, yes.
And Apple.
So,
No,
right,
he didn't invent Apple. He invented the Apple.
The internet. Yeah.
Yes, he
In
invented
China. He invented China. Daniel knows.
he did.
Yes.
And so, this
True.
was not the an inconvenient truth, like, passionate and excited Al Gore. This was like post the election, after Tipper dumped him, 50 pounds heavier. All of his stock is tanking because Steve Jobs just resigned. Pissed off Al Gore.
So this is
Nice.
Casey, 2018. Good. I'm with you. Here we go.
Yeah, this is the Al Gore that Liam Neeson would probably portray if he was doing.
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
Yeah.
Except with
Or
after
Mel
taking
Gibson.
his son was never given back, or his daughter was never given back. This is the
He
alternative.
didn't have the special set of skills. He had a
Okay,
mediocre
so you
set of
got dissed by a bloated Al Gore.
Pretty
Like,
much, yeah. So I basically dared to approach Al Gore and talk to him. And so I asked for his autograph and told him I really liked An Inconvenient Truth. And he just kind of like rolled his eyes like, yeah, not now. And I just kept going because, like, why the hell not? So I was like, would you take a photo? I'd love to take a photo. And he's just like, no.
Lauren, was he speaking? Was he in the middle of doing a speech when you asked him?
No, he was not in a speech. He was standing in line at the Apple gift shop.
What was he buying? Do you remember?
Like a little novelty keychain for his plummeting stocks.
He's buying some ear pods.
He was
AirPods.
he was standing in line in an Apple store, but he wasn't giving a speech. That's very strange. You think he would?
I always
take
have
any
to give a
opportunity.
speech before I buy my Apple products. So.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Any more questions?
What happened after that? You just walked away from him, or what?
Yeah, after that, I was behind him in line, so I very awkwardly had to wait for him to make his purchase so that I could buy my t-shirt. And then I just kind of like slinked away. I was also wearing a suit because we were having this meeting and we were totally overdressed and it was like 90 degrees outside. And so I was sweating before I met Al Gore. And so I was going through all kinds of like, self-doubt of like, oh my God, am I dripping? Am I, do I smell bad?
People in tech don't wear suits. I mean, especially in California, in the Valley.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, I wish I could have helped and consulted on this one.
We were East Coasters. We didn't know.
Yeah. So didn't he have Secret Service people around? I mean, don't you, even as vice president, don't they keep doing that for the rest of your life? Don't you get like lifetime protection from the Secret Service?
If there were
Trump cut that. You get mall cops.
I think this is before Trump.
Trump cut all Secret Service. You now get mall cops for security.
No,
mall cops.
Secret Service. He loves the SS abbreviation too much.
Okay. Well, mall cops will segue into another dad joke.
Wow.
Into discussing the merits of Lauren's lie or truth. Daniel and Sara, you'll have to figure out whether she's lying or telling the truth. So why don't you, if you don't have any more cross-examination, come to a consensus?
Well, so it seems like a true story due to all the details.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could it be that it was a different celebrity and not Al Gore? I don't know.
Right. So, like, I'm inclined
could have been Boys to Men.
Anybody. It could have been anybody. Because I think everything about the story is true, but was it Al Gore? Is my inquiry. I don't know.
Have you seen him try to type on a computer? Have you seen the peek and peck in Inconvenient Truth? He's not. You've seen that.
I think it's more of a generational thing where, Mavis Beacon wasn't the thing when he invented the internet. So, you have to learn to do that.
He didn't invent the internet.
He invented it.
He put together
a
whole series of tubes.
Well, the version
he swam underwater from New York to Britain and swam the line of the internet.
Yeah. All the tubes. So
Also,
And
met
Britain-
Christopher Columbus.
And Britain couldn't answer emails until he dragged the other line back from Britain to America.
So they were just
Because it was only the
flooded
one
with
way.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll need a consensus and
I don't think it's a
verdict.
lie. I think it is an inconvenient truth. It's really bad. I know.
We would like to submit an inconvenient truth as our final answer. Thank you.
That's the final answer.
So truth is your answer?
Yes.
Truth it is.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, red team. Red team is off to a flyer. Look at that.
Thanks for not leaving us hanging, Chad.
Oh no.
Oh, we're dating ourselves
Bye,
right
everybody.
Yeah, really.
now. Hey, we saw through that. We put holes through that story like Al Gore and nails and an ashtray.
Okay.
If anyone gets that reference,
Oh, I thought you were
you're old like me.
ozone
Oh
layer.
no.
Okay, guys, mission accomplished. You did it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so it's 1-0 to the blue team, and now we switch over to Daniel with his truth
Lie.
or lie.
Let's do it.
Never know. Are you ready? Are you ready, Daniel?
Oh, born ready.
Here you go.
I once had drinks with Billy Joel and others and pretended I'd never heard of him. As you do.
Thoughts?
Can you walk us back through that? This doesn't make any sense.
Shall I read it again?
No, I reread it after you read it.
Give us the backstory. How did you end up having drinks with Billy Joel and others?
But when did you pretend you'd never heard of him? Like as you sat in front of him, like who the f are you? Like that brazen or?
Here's the first piece of backstory I'd like to say. Right, I took part in this internet group, people I didn't know, and all the time we'd be chatting in this one. I don't want to say the website. I don't want to blow it up, but we would chat all the time and share these true stories from our life. And one guy was telling us how he met a really famous person and acted like he did not know them. And with all these other people at that place, at the bar or whatever they were at, trying to come up and get pictures and autographs, him sitting there and acting like he didn't know him made the famous person kind of like befriend him and glom onto him. And I was like, that's just the backstory of why I took this approach with Billy Joel, right? So I was invited to, you're not going to believe this. I was invited to the Trump Resort that's in like, I want to say Doral.
Yeah.
Do any of you know this place?
Yes.
Yes.
No of it.
Yeah. So I was invited there.
Bed bugs?
What was that? Yeah, are there bed bugs?
That was shut down because of bed bugs.
I guess. I mean,
it's the like PGA golf course.
Yeah.
There's all types of creatures and cretins, but I don't know about bed bugs. Anyway, I was invited there for a work-related thing. I couldn't pass it up. I had to go. I should mention that this is right after Trump was named president. And after the meeting that happened at this place, if you want details on that, I'll go into that. We headed to okay, sure. So I got into an IT thing, right, where a service provider of ours was hosting a party there.
What was the name of the provider?
Excuse me?
What was the name of the provider?
I don't remember. It's something Star. They handle mortgage companies and do their IT for them. They know the niche of the mortgage field. I don't remember the name, and I shouldn't give that away anyway. It might be bad. So basically,
FYI, mortgage people have shit names. Oh wait, I used to be one. Continue.
Nice. Oh, okay. So they threw a party in a rented hotel room, basically within there, kind of to show off to their customer base. To be honest, Trump Resort is beautiful, especially at sunset. And well, it's a PGA course. Obviously, it's going to be amazing. But after the thing wrapped up, they're like, "Hey, let's all head over to the the main lounge and bar in this place. It's on us. And guess who we saw? I didn't see it at first, but it was pointed out to me that Billy Joel was there, right?
What was he doing there?
He was with a group of people.
Drinking, I imagine.
I wish he had been on the piano in the corner. That'd be a different story, right? I don't know. I wanted to.
So you kind of like blanked Billy Joel? Is that the idea? In other words, you just pretended to him that you just weren't impressed, like you didn't know who the hell he was?
So I wasn't going to walk over to the table. It would be too obvious. But what I wanted to do was neg him, right? Anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So basically, I saw him get up to go to the bathroom. Now's my shot. I followed, right? I timed it as well as possible so that when we were both washing our hands in there, I could like get a word in edgewise, but not be like, "Oh, you're fucking Billy Joel."
Nice dick. That kind of thing.
So you didn't approach him on the way to the bathroom. You actually followed him into the bathroom and were talking to him at the urinal?
Yes, he tapped his shoulder at the urinal and said, "You may be right. I may be crazy, but it just might be a lunatic you're looking for."
But
Just so you know, when you go back to the table, there's a bottle of bread, there's a bottle of water.
You're just kind of describing that you stalked Billy Joel. Like if you were negging him, you'd be like, piano, stupid instrument, am I right? Like
No, that's not how negging works.
Did you take like digs at him?
That's not how negging works. That's too up front.
No, negging works. No, this would be a Daniel negging. It would be, man, Uptown Girl is like my fifth or sixth favorite song.
Song about affluent women dating less affluent men.
Yeah, it was so good. Who sang that? It was pretty good.
Yeah, Uptown Girl. That's like my third favorite Oasis album.
That's not
Uptown Girl. That's my second favorite Brittany Murphy film.
That's not
hold on, guys. We have to, can we hear Daniel's lie? Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not how you neg, guys.
Okay. How did it go?
Yeah.
So I had to think on my feet, right? Well, we were both.
So you were peeing. That we figured out. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him while we're peeing. That is really freaky.
Okay.
No.
Well,
when
this
he
didn't
was
happen
washing
in
his
South
hands,
Florida.
It's not like he was Phil Collins or something.
Yeah, that's a good point. Which celebrity would you talk to next to on a urinal while you're peeing?
None. It's just I'm one of those people. You do business over there. You know, you switch over after you're done. You know.
Okay.
Let's hear the neg, Daniel.
Yeah. I leaned over to Billy Joel while we're both at the urinal, and I said, "Hey, it's funny. Right now we're both touching our dicks," and he sucker punched me. And then he kissed me on the mouth. Is that what you want to hear?
No.
Is this? Oh, you're not entertained.
That's what I want to unhear. Okay. What happened? How did you do this with Billy Joel?
Someone actually said that to me at a urinal once. By the way. But anyway, I got in. I came in slightly after him, so we were both peeing at the same time. He got to the sink right before me. I follow up after, and as he's like finishing up drying his hands, I say, "Oh, you got a spot of water on you, I think." Even though he didn't, it made him look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made him look down, and it made him self-conscious. And then he looked at he saw me. I was wearing the dress clothes from that event, and he's like, "Oh, you look pretty sharp," kind of thing. He threw some kind of joke at me, and then I just started bantering back and forth with him as we walked out.
About what?
I don't remember. This is like 4 years ago.
So did he get
this is 3 years ago.
He got the impression that you didn't know who he was?
People might not know who Billy Joel is, I don't know.
Did Billy Joel not know who you were?
Of course not.
What the
So anyway.
So if you were following him into the bathroom, it kind of seems like you would have not been planning to go to the bathroom. So how were you able to pee on command in order to keep up the ruse that you just happened to need to go to the bathroom at the same time?
We're guys.
I did need to go to the bathroom. That's
Oh.
Lauren, if there's one thing you need to know about, man, we always gotta pee.
Yeah. We can. Yeah.
Any excuse to use it, we use it.
Yeah. It's like we can't.
Honestly,
cry over
I gotta go right now.
we can't cry over a pair of shoes, but just at the drop of a hat. But we can pee at the drop of a hat. Yes.
Okay.
So
the tanks were empty, as it were.
He actually did have to go pee, maybe.
Okay. So,
anyway,
he's gone, guys. Like he's long gone.
Anyway, I got a few lines in with Billy Joel, and that was it. It didn't go how I planned.
Okay, so he didn't feel negged. Did he feel negged?
Was that an actual toilet flush? Nice.
I don't know. Is it, or is it a lie?
I don't know.
So did Billy Joel feel like he was negged? Do you think?
I don't think you're supposed to make them feel like they were negged, though. You know, you're supposed to incept that type of thing.
Oh, okay.
You said that you were going to neg him.
What?
So you specifically said that you were going out with the intention of negging him.
You guys don't seem to know what negging means. None of you. It shouldn't be blatant in someone's face. You do
I only know what I had drinks with Billy Joel and pretended I'd never heard of him mean. I don't.
You know how you neg someone well? You walk up to them and say, "Hey, your collar is inside out a bit," and you help them. You fix it, and it makes people feel like self-conscious,
Okay.
and you kind of you without them knowing it, you kind of gain a bit of social power over them.
I see. So
I honestly don't know if you know how to neg.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest with you, Daniel, I don't.
I think, if anything, this conversation has proven that the initial website that he was referring to before was clearly Reddit or 4chan. Like, where else did he become such a pickup artist?
Oh God,
Hey.
A pickup artist.
Did you have sex with Billy Joel? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
because that's what negging is you neg someone so hard they want to fuck you.
Yeah, he fucked Billy Joel in that bathroom.
Yeah.
No. So it's social dynamics. The end goal does not have to be,
Okay. So the end goal here is to decide whether or not you're telling the truth. So Lauren and Casey, why don't you discuss and come up to a consensus? Truth or lie?
Well, seeing as the line was that he had drinks with Billy Joel and he's telling a story merely about following Billy Joel into the bathroom, of which there were no drinks consumed, I'm going to say lie.
Okay.
Yeah, this felt like a train wreck, Daniel. And normally you're a great player, which tells me if this is you sabotaging your own truth, shame on you. But great job in unselling something so true. And if this is true, I hope you think twice about who you are as a person, because this seemed like bullshit.
So a lie is what you're saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant this is a lie.
Okay, well it is. It's a lie. Oh my God.
This one's too much stretch, dude. I almost got you guys to believe that I make sweaters for dogs, but this shit, I can't tell this. Okay? I made an
honestly, if you told me that this story happened in China, where you started COVID, as we know from the very first episode, I would have believed you.
So here's the flip side of it. I did that. So I did. But it was I did. It was a very, very, very long time ago. It was at a bar called the Lion's Den in Long Island. I think Wantagh or something like that. Long Island.
Sounds like a strip club. Continue.
It's supposedly, and some friends of mine knew him, and hey, let's go there because we could all sit at this big table and Billy Joel comes in and shit. And it's like I can't stand Billy Joel. In those days, he's a Long Island asshole, just like all the rest of us, you know. So I sat at this big table with drinking beers, a big round table, and there's Billy, and you know, everyone's kissing up, and I'm just like, I kept, you know, who? Yeah, and I just kept saying shit to him whenever I could get a word in that indicated that I had no idea that he was any more famous than any of the rest of us. I didn't tell him I didn't like him, but I just, you know.
You negged him. You negged him.
That's negging.
That's negging.
Yeah.
Because Billy Joel would just want to like keep proving himself to you. That's
No,
negging.
he didn't. He couldn't care less. He wasn't.
He's above negging.
There were women around. What did he give a shit about me?
So he didn't have a heart attack.
That's the end of our show. Good night, everybody. Daniel won back.
For a chance.
Daniel won.
Okay.
Daniel won back tonight.
So,
Good night, everybody. That's,
yeah, that was a good one. So it's even, and now, of course, Sarah gets to break the tie one way or the other. So are you ready, Sarah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. Let's do it.
I was once an extra in the movie adaptation of Rent.
Ooh.
I'll leave that up there for a minute.
Okay.
so Sarah, when you were 3 years old, and this was released, talk to us about it a little bit.
I was but a young tot in my stroller. No, the movie came out in 2005.
Sarah, weren't you born in like 98? What the fuck?
No,
What?
I was not. I was
Oh,
born
you're old?
in 91.
Oh, we got to get you out.
I will be
I was
29 next week. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Congrats.
Okay, so questions?
Yeah.
So you were 16, 17?
I was 14.
How'd you get the gift?
So I wasn't like booked as an extra. I was literally just in the background of the movie. So I was in New York with my parents for my cousin's bat mitzvah. So we were in New York and we just shut up, Casey. I am who I am. Okay. I am from South Florida. My family lives in New York, and I went to my cousin Samantha Lane.
You just literally heard a group of people singing, "We're not gonna pay. We're not gonna pay." And then you just all were like, "We have to stop what we're doing. We have to come over here.
We gotta pay the rents. Benny needs his money, and we're gonna pay rent." They actually almost cast me as Mark Cohen because they were like, "Can you hold this really old camera?" Okay, so so we were in New York, and I was a little baby theater kid, and I knew they were filming the movie, and this was back when LiveJournal was very popular. It was like pre-Tumblr, pre-Twitter. It was like this old, like where people who were like really on the internet would go. So I would like follow this like Broadway LiveJournal account, and they were like following where they were filming the movie in the city. So I would like pester my parents the whole time we were there, like, "They're filming here, can we go?" And they finally relented, and I was like, "They're filming on Avenue B, can we go?" Like they're still there, they're going to be all afternoon. So my parents finally relented, and we go to the street where it's closed off, and we walk over, and they did not stop us. They just let us walk right through the set. And they're filming, they have like all the costumes up, and they're filming, it's the scene with Collins and Angel, and they're like running through the street.
Oh, that scene.
Angel.
That scene. Oh, yeah. Okay,
They're
that's
running up,
my favorite scene.
Up the street, and they're just going over and over trying to get the shot, and they're letting us like just hang around the set. Like they told my dad he couldn't film anything, but otherwise they just let us take pictures and walk around.
Did they shoot Over the Moon?
No, that was shot some other day. It was I'll Cover You.
Do people who are into musicals assume that everybody's into musicals?
Yes.
Kind of like DC Comics people or Lord of the Rings
Or
people,
or improvisers?
improvisers. I'm just
They're
wondering.
basically just running up a closed street over and over again, trying to get a good shot. And they're like letting us walk in the background. Like they needed pedestrians to be just like roving through the shot. So they just let us wander around as extras. We didn't actually wind up making the cut of the movie, though. They used a different shot that we weren't in. But they were like very chill about letting us hang around. So I wound up getting cut from the movie, but technically there is somewhere in some editing studio where I'm in the movie.
So basically they were chill about it because you weren't going to be in it anyway.
So Sarah, you basically lived white privilege. This is a white privilege story where you trespassed and everyone just assumed everything was fine.
And nobody tasered you. Yes.
No. I mean, I probably just looked really pathetic. Like, can you imagine what I looked like at 13 being like, oh, can I hang out on your movie set? I really
my God.
Rent.
Oh my God.
Nope, you nailed it.
Oh God. Oh
I
God.
really love Rent. I identify with these characters so heavily as a middle-class white Jewish woman who's never paid rent.
I was actually in the Broadway show Rent and pretended I didn't know any of the other cast members.
You negged them. You negged them really hard.
I negged the shit out of Idina Menzel on that set.
And that is how we gentrified the building of Rent.
Yeah,
so,
I
go back to
rentrified.
The jokes we were doing way before we started rolling tonight.
Okay. If you think we're rolling, any other questions for her?
What did the waivers look like?
They didn't have us sign anything. Nothing. Which is, I probably should have known we would not make the movie. But I don't know if they even make when they have like open sets like that are like they close the street to pedestrian traffic, but it's like pedestrian walk open. I don't know if they make you sign anything. We did not.
Sarah, I have a question. Were you on the set of Rent or were you just walking through a rundown part of New York City?
Just a pre-gentrified Tompkins Square Park. No, there were director's chairs. Unless all of those costumes were just like hobos selling their wares.
Maybe it was a flea market
Oh.
where they were selling director's chairs in one. Okay, so Lauren, Casey, I'll need you to come up with a consensus for us.
You first,
Is she lying? Is
Lauren.
she telling? Or you could ask her more questions if you need to. That's fine.
What time of day was the filming?
We probably got there around like 1 p.m. It was definitely like the middle of the day. It was a day scene.
So you weren't out tonight.
I was not out tonight.
Okay. I just wanted.
How many minutes ago was this? In millions.
500.
Was it being filmed in HD in those days, like widescreen, or was it still?
05? I don't know. Just a wide tight shot.
Okay.
And
So
when did this happen relative to the bat mitzvah?
The day after, it was a Sunday.
Did you get cut out of the bat mitzvah too?
Yeah, no. It was like, this bitch gotta go. Get her out of here.
But you did sign a waiver for that, though.
Yes.
Wait, did you do the cut it out just now?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, if we're all doing dad humor, why shouldn't I?
Why shouldn't you?
I'm picturing them.
Dave Coulier. and then there's impersonating Dave Coulier.
Tom, is this going to be the episode where you back up that beautiful red car into the kitchen and ruin that beautiful Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
Did I go too far? I went too far.
No.
Hey, I'm picturing
that like
them cutting her out of the. Oh, what'd you say?
I was like, is that a Full House deep cut reference?
Sounds like
It happened twice in the series, folks. Once in Full House, and then in the series finale of Fuller House. But that's fine, guys. That's fine. If you're not watching Netflix,
I watch Netflix. I just don't watch Full House.
Definitely
Sorry.
not watching Fuller House.
Fun fact. Andrea Barker from Full House and I were on the same study abroad program. We took classes
that
together.
was a lie.
That truth was also inconvenient.
Blue,
I thought Laura was going to say she was an extra in Fuller House.
blue team. I'll need a verdict from the two of you. True
You go,
or
Lauren.
lie?
Casey, I defer to you. I want to get your thoughts first.
This feels real because it was kind of boring. Sarah's good at making up fucking interesting shit, and this is Just we walked around and we smelled the fart and we went over and there it was.
So you saying you think it's the truth?
I think it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I've been downtown where things have been filming, and yeah, I mean, even when they close stuff off, like you still have to allow egress of people. So I can see
you
them
think
being
true or
like, oh, whatever.
false?
I think it's true.
You both say it's true. Well, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. We're in
Nice.
trouble.
Yeah, that's something, isn't it?
He thinks
Okay.
it was boring because I went to a bat mitzvah. He's like, "Get out immediately."
Okay.
I will say this. This is what it felt like. You and your folks were wandering around New York City, and one of the three of you went, "Oh, what's that?" And then just wandered around until you left, and then found out later that Rent was being filmed.
Yeah. If you want interesting stuff to say, let me make up lies. It's,
Tom's like more interesting than most of ours.
no. I also, by the way, Daniel did also pee next to a celebrity once. I
Did you?
not anyone you've probably ever heard of, but
It was a
heard
dead
of
celebrity.
Dizzy
Was it
Gillespie. It was
John
Dizzy
Stamos?
Gillespie. Dizzy Gillespie. I peed next to Dizzy Gillespie.
Okay.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, right. Well, so
Fair enough.
as we said, it is 2-1, and so Casey, now you can help your team win or help your team not win.
This is a lie. Here we go.
Up to you, Casey. This is for
'Cause
Casey.
I haven't provided you any more truth. So
You've all provided me a shitload of them, believe it or not.
No.
Yeah.
I've used them all.
No. And we'll see now. Here we go. Ready? Are you ready? There we go.
Yeah, here we go. I was once responsible for taking care of a friend's horse for a few days.
Nothing.
Let's just sit on that for a second.
So did Casey. That's how he watched the horse. He sat on it.
Okay. He took it out for dinner and drinks.
Negged it.
Negged the horse.
Hey,
So,
There
any
you go.
questions?
Something right there.
Any
I've seen
questions?
I've seen bigger teeth.
Yeah. Could use
I've seen others eat an apple better.
Yeah. Nice.
That's how you winning. That's a winning.
So, how? Any questions for Casey and his horse tail?
His ponytail.
Oh, I like that.
Boing.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, walk us through it, bud.
This is already a nightmare.
Trot us through this.
Okay, so my cousin Dave works for the University of Kentucky, and he and 4 of his friends went in and invested on a racehorse. Oh crap! Hold on a second. My whole computer's about to crap out. And invested on a racehorse. Now they were minority owners, and like 90% of the horse was owned by some like super rich dude.
Represented demographics, or they only owned part of the horse.
So the 5 of them came up with basically 10% of the money. It's something like in horse racing or like that particular world where it's like a fun thing that you do. I don't know.
So did you
really
watch 10% of the horse?
No.
You had to watch the whole thing.
10% of the time.
So in Lexington, where they house crap load of these horses, my cousin Dave was like the primary person. So part of like being the owner of this horse is you, the way that you get in is you go in and you meet with the trainer in the stable, and basically you're just kind of like the little bitch of this thing. So Dave, being part of the alumni association for the University of Kentucky, had an issue where he had to be gone during some crucial times where somebody had to be a representative and just be there with a check sheet or like a checklist to walk through the stable and make sure that everything was like up to code. And I didn't know anything. Dave just said, hey, everything's...
He pointed in the corner and said, hey. Okay, but let me take notes. Hey, good.
So Dave said everything's fine. His brother Jay, and you guys met Jay, right? Like Jay was at the right. Tom, you met Jay. One of our last shows at Doghouse, right?
Oh yeah,
he and my dad were there.
I remember
right?
Jay. Yes,
Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, big dude that couldn't wait to have a beer, so we bought 2 natty lights across the street.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Thought Tom was quite grumpy. And so we were all in town for a wedding, and Dave was going to give us like a whole tour, the whole thing, gets called away for work. And so Jay and I are in charge of basically being the representatives for this horse. And we get through it. There's a couple of things that we had to do, like meet the trainer. We had to sign off on some crucial things. And if I show you pictures side by side, Dave and I look almost identical. Not anymore, but we used to. This is about 8-9 years ago. So
identical to one another or to the horse?
No, that would be John Elway in any horse, just so you know.
Okay.
So anyway,
I once had to take care of John Elway for a couple of days, so I know how that feels.
You know, he has a twin sister.
Okay. All right.
That's true.
No waiver to be an extra in Rent, but a waiver to take on this horse for a couple days. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay.
Had to get through this checklist. If the checklist was not approved, the horse would not be able to make it into its maiden race, which was very important. You have to go into maiden and then win and then go on from there. The horse ended up winning quite a bit of money. What did you have
to do to take care of this horse?
See, that would be my first question.
Yeah. What are the tasks? Like, were you responsible for like hoof maintenance?
So really, all the maintenance of the horses is hoof maintenance. All the maintenance of the horses taken care of.
Undercoating.
Gotta scrub the undercarriage with like a long brush.
Hey, it's not. It's called a fuselage. Okay.
Excuse me, Daniel. It's what we refer to as the fuselage. No, so there's literally just a checklist where some different people have taken care of different things, and you have to go and just basically verify that those things have been done as the owner of the horse.
And there's a checklist, for the horse. Did you take care of the first item on the checklist and the second item on the checklist? Third.
How did your cousin know that you would even know how to recognize like the needs of the horse? Like, were you able to look at this horse and be like, he looks medicated, like he's good to go?
He's a little melancholy.
He's not going to be ready to run.
Yeah. He's not in running shape.
Literally, we were all quite drunk when Dave got the phone call, and Dave said, I watched him say yes, 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 a lot, and got off the phone and said, hey, guys.
Hey, more hey, there's hey.
Okay.
Casey, where was this? Where was the actual horse?
The horse is in a stable just outside of Lexington. You were there? Yeah, we were there for a wedding. Jay and I were there for a wedding. And
not the horse.
For the life of me,
I
can't remember the name of the racetrack that's at Lexington. But it's like I mean, it's not Churchill Downs, but it's whatever the.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So there was a bride and a groom and a bride
And a bridal and a bridal and a groom. Yes, yes.
Is it a stable relationship?
He just couldn't say nay.
Do you take this? Oh yeah.
It's funny we're all laughing, but only a couple of us are dads. You know what I mean? Like it's.
You take this horse, sickness and in health, and in barley and in oats. Okay.
I hope you didn't saddle her with too much debt.
Yeah.
It's literally it's when I learned that horses sleep laying down.
Oh, okay.
Till broken ankle do you part?
What's up?
Till broken ankle do you part?
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to stir up any more trouble here, so I'm going to ask you on the red team to come up with a consensus. Is it true or is it a lie?
No. This has spurred some very good conversation.
Oh man.
I hate to put you down, Sarah, but
I'd like to take.
I'm honestly glued to my seat. I really would love to know.
I'd like to take a consensus. We need a Gallup poll. Hey. Oh God.
Actually, I'm just thinking we should be taking bets. Anyone want to pony up some money?
oh no.
Do you guys have any equestrian?
Any questions?
I can't take anymore.
No, stop.
Have you had your filly?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh.
That's enough. Okay. I need an answer from the red team.
The story was messy, much like the Billy Joel story. I'm gonna have to say that. Not that I feel any kind of way. I just want to point it out.
It's
definitely
was. And
we need a consensus. We need a verdict.
Yeah, I don't know. Like somebody just getting like, can you watch my like very expensive investment horse and just make sure he's like not dead? Like, I don't know. I
think it's a lie.
Like of all the people at that wedding, I wouldn't ask Casey to watch my horse.
He's from out of town. What's he doing there?
Like a gross error of judgment.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with lie.
Let a valet parking guy park your Lamborghini. Really? Okay. So you say it's a lie, both of you. Okay. It turns out it is a lie. Oh my God. Oh my God. What does that mean?
Guys, 100%. My cousin Dave definitely invests in a horse that made money. And he would never trust me or Jay ever to be anywhere near.
Yoko watch the horse.
So I believe that's correct, right? That's the score.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around part-time, like part ownership of a horse. Like a horse is a timeshare or something.
You only own the butt.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
That's
yeah, he actually is like invested in like 6 horses.
Wow.
And it's crazy.
One in Fort Myers, one in Naples, one in Sanibel Island, because they're timeshares. Never mind.
Okay. So we've got a tie again. We do that a lot. We have a tie.
Wow.
So bad.
Okay. Oh, that's right. We do a tiebreaker now, don't we?
Yeah.
Where I come up with. Oh shit. Okay.
Story time with Tom.
All right. Let's see. Oh my, I've got to tell you a story now of me, and you got to figure it out. Okay. Okay. Goodness me. Let me think. I should have thought of this before, but it just never occurs to me. I keep forgetting that we do this.
Lauren, you don't actually have to do that on camera. We won't catch whatever you have. It's fine.
Okay. How about this? I once actually attended and got a certificate of merit from a bartending college.
When was this, Tom?
It was, I guess, in the mid '80s in Florida.
So, Tom, I just want to imagine that this is very much like that character in Parks and Rec. What the hell is the guy's name with the beard that does woodwork?
Ron
Swanson.
Ron
Oh.
Swanson.
Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson,
Tom is
oh.
very much the Ron Swanson of this alcohol class, where every class they come in and they go, and you do this and this and this, and Tom goes, I have to do all this to open a bottle of whiskey.
I was just
Pour it
going to
into a
say,
glass.
every assignment, he just pours a whiskey neat and is like,
Yeah.
done.
Done. It's finished.
That's it.
So, Tom, how long was the class?
It was about 2 to 3 months, I believe.
What?
Well, not once a week or twice a week. Once a week.
Are you sure you just didn't take improv classes?
No. Yeah. Wait.
Do you finish level 3, level 4?
Yeah, I learned that this isn't a glass. This is a glass.
Nice.
Excellent.
Tom, what did you do that was particularly meritorious?
I was a good test taker. In other words, I got all the answers right and all the recipes for all the drinks and in the actual school itself, they didn't have alcohol. It was a bar with a bunch of different setups and it looked like 5 bars glued together, but in all the bottles was just colored liquid that matched what the color of the liquid would be if that was in there. So we didn't actually make any real drinks at all. And we didn't pour beer, as I recall, like tap draft beer. It was all mixing drinks.
Did you work as a bartender after this?
No. They got me and
Tom was undercover. It was before Law and Order. He had to.
No, I didn't. They got me one gig at a private party of the police captain's birthday party at his house or some big fucking thing, or police chief, and that was horrible. But no, I didn't get a job as a bartender because halfway through the class I realized how much I hated the whole idea of it. That hey, this means I actually have to stand around and serve people and listen to their shit all night. I don't think I want to do that, but I'm too stubborn to quit. I can, and I was, I don't. There's no way that they can know whether I was getting good at it because we didn't use real alcohol, and I don't drink drinks. I don't. I drink beer or straight up stuff. I don't mix drinks myself. So
Exactly, the Ron Swanson bartender. I'm like a Cosmo. Here's vodka. Here's your glass.
Really? Yeah. Here's vodka and here's a dress to wear. Yeah. So no, I didn't get any gigs. Didn't want any gigs. I actually have done it since then, but not as a result of that.
What motivated you to take the course?
It seemed at first, I think it seemed like just a cool thing to do to make some extra money. Like you could always, bartenders are rarely out of work except now. But it seemed like, that could be something you can always do if you need some extra cash.
And how long did the classes last?
I think they're about 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours.
Again, Tom, are you sure you didn't do an improv?
No, I'm not
class?
Sure. No, I'm not sure. I'm not
Do you
sure.
have do you guys do like silly warm-ups? Do like hot seats?
It was all space object.
Did you guys
alcohol.
do zip zap zop pour?
No, we didn't. No, not that I recall.
All right,
I
I'm ready to
I
vote.
don't remember silly warm-ups. I didn't really socialize with any of the people in the class. I'm sure you'll believe that.
Tom, you have an entire cast of people that you don't socialize with, so we believe that.
Yeah, you've socialized with him, and you understand why.
Touche.
That was negging.
That was negging. So maybe Al Gore negged you, Lauren. Maybe.
Yeah, you're right. He just wanted you to talk to him more.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
There you go.
So
So
you didn't follow him to the bathroom? I mean, what are you even doing?
no. So each of you, one by one. You don't need a consensus. Just truth or lie. Let's start with Lauren.
Lie.
Okay. Lauren says lie. Daniel says what? Truth.
Truth.
Sarah says,
Truth.
and Casey says,
Lie.
well, red team wins. It's true. Yes, it is. It's true. Yeah, I did that. Advanced bartending school, I think it was called.
Ooh.
It might have
Was
even
it
had 2 A's at the beginning. I'm not even sure, but
was it Gold Coast in Coral Springs?
no, it was.
Oh shit! Rest in peace, Gold Coast.
No, it wasn't. It was in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
I was living in
I'm
Lauderdale.
sorry.
Rest in peace, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
No, too soon. All right.
No.
And that was a month, like a several month long course.
I think it was a couple months. Yeah.
Yeah, they run about 2.5 months.
Yeah.
I almost did one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was.
And then he became an attorney.
Yeah.
One or the other.
I'm drunker now than I would have been as a bartender, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Serve or be served. That was
Yeah.
Sarah's motto.
I had the certificate, and I could mix any colors of liquid to make any other color that you need.
hell yeah.
I'm great with Easter eggs. So, red team wins this one. How about that?
Wow, coming up from behind.
So,
That's what she said.
any last words? Do you see why I don't socialize? Do you see any last words? Lauren, Daniel, Sarah, Casey.
You guys can find me out in the open without a mask. I am willing to preach the good word of improv anywhere that anyone will listen to me. And if anyone wants to touch or make out, I'm here.
Okay.
Cool.
Anyone else? Or does that?
I have
And
to
the
say
second
I am
third.
the Yukon Gold potato of comedy. Thank you.
Okay.
And I
Lauren,
was apparently born in 2008, so I am.
More like 2000 and late.
oh,
Oh,
Lauren, anything from you? Any parting words?
oh my gosh, so much pressure.
You could say no, but we would believe you. We'd like to hear from you.
Just that I miss you guys.
Oh,
Oh.
I want to see you soon.
Lauren. Very
Sorry.
sweet.
okay. So we're here every Saturday night, 9 o'clock, doing this, and we're here every Friday night at 9 o'clock doing dubbed movies in Read My Lips. Last night was very funny. We had Dash Ruiz with us from Society Circus Players, and Barry Rosenblum was with us, and Lauren was with us. I was with us, and then we dubbed part of a Flash Gordon movie from the 1930s. It's fun as I was going to say as fuck, but we don't want to say that word.
No, fuck no.
So yeah, check us out every week. Next week as well, we'll be here. It costs you nothing, and those of you who are watching this in the future, we're glad you made it. Good night, folks.
Stay safe, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.